Good morning, beautiful people. Today we are inside Windows Fundamentals Part 1 and we will read about the desktop, the graphical user interface and its sections, let's say. We have here the Windows desktop, aka the graphical user interface, or GUI in short. It is the screen that welcomes you once you log into a Windows 10 machine, or any machine for that matter. Traditionally, you need to pass the login screen first. The login screen is where you need to enter valid account credentials, usually a username and a password of a pre-existing Windows account on the particular system or in the Active Directory environment, if it's a domain join machine. The above screenshot is an example of a typical Windows desktop. Each component that makes up the GUI is explained briefly below. And here we have, marked with numbers, we have each section of the Windows GUI. One, the entire thing is the desktop. Here we have this icon, bottom left, which is the Windows. We have also a shortcut on our keyboard. Depending on what keyboard you have, it's on the left side between the Control and Alt on your keyboard. The search box, Cortana, is the number 3, right beside, to the right of the Windows Start menu. Then the next one is the task view. Number 5, the entire bar, it's the taskbar. Number 6 is the toolbar. And notification area number 7. Let me see, now that the Windows machine, as you can see, this is the login part. And now we will be inside Windows. Yes, we are. So this is the entire desktop. This icon is the start menu, search box, task view. Then we have the task bar. Then we have the toolbar here. You can see it. We can show links and addresses. Then we have the notification area. Let me make this bigger. Then here you can see the new notification area. The desktop. The desktop is where you will have shortcuts to programs, folders, files, and etc. These icons will either be well organized in folders sorted alphabetically or scattered randomly with no specific organization on the desktop. In either case, these items are typically placed on the desktop for quick access. The look and feel of the desktop can be changed to suit your liking. By right-clicking anywhere on the desktop, a context menu will appear. This menu will allow you to change the size of the desktop icons, specify how you want to arrange them, copy-paste items to the desktop, and create new items, such as a folder shortcut or a text menu. Here you can see exactly what was described. Everything. Under display settings, you can make changes to the screen resolution and orientation. In case you have multiple computer screens, you can make configurations to the multi-screen setup here. In the display setting, you can see all the configurations that you can do to the PC, right? Night light settings. You have advanced scaling settings, graphics settings. If you have multiple PCs, multiple monitors, it will display here. Note, in a remote desktop session, some of the display settings will be disabled. Yes, we saw that. Some are disabled, but you can install a virtual machine or you can install on Windows Hyper-V, which is the free virtual machine from Windows. Here we can see also the same features that we checked that are disabled on the machine that we have. You can also change the wallpaper by selecting Personalize. Under Personalize, you can change the background image of the desktop, change fonts, themes, color schemes, etc. When you press Personalization, we will be presented with the following. We can see here, we can choose whatever picture we want. So we can change the background. We can choose a fit, right, for the background. High contrast settings, sync your settings, whatever. You can play with the settings. Here we can see again a screenshot with the same features that we saw. The start menu. In previous versions of Windows, the word start was visible to the bottom left corner of the desktop GUI. In modern versions of Windows, such as Windows 10, the word start doesn't appear anymore, but rather a Windows logo is shown instead. Even though the look of the start menu has changed, its overall purpose is the same. The start menu provides access to all the apps, programs, files, utility tools, etc. that are most useful. Clicking on the Windows logo, the start menu will open. The start menu is broken up into sections, see below. So this icon is the Windows icon. You can access the start menu from here. And here you can see, as in the picture, you can see the three sections here. Here you have one, here you have one, and here you have one. I should say here you have one. And we have the number one section, which includes the expanded section. It's this column, and this column. So this one includes the expansion of this column. This section of the start menu provides quick shortcuts to actions that can be performed with your account or a login session, such as making changes to your user account, lock your screen, or signing out of your account. Other shortcuts specific to your account are your documents, document icon, folder, and pictures folder, pictures icon. Lastly, the gear cog icon will take you to the settings screen, and the power icon will allow you to disconnect from a remote desktop session, but shut down the computer or restart the computer. If we go here, we can see exactly that. The user, documents, picture, settings, and the power options. In the below image, you can see what each of the icons represent. To expand this section, click on the icon that resembles a hamburger. A hamburger. The number 2 section or column is the column to the right of the first section or column. This section will show all recently added apps, programs at the top, and all of the installed apps or programs that are configured to appear in the start menu. In this section, you will also see the apps programs will be listed in alphabetical order. Each letter will have its own section. See below. So here we can see, we have here Google. You can see pin from the start if you right click on it. More, pin to task, run as a different user, run as administrator, open file, location. Let's see, for instance, I want to check command prompt. Pin to start, pin to task, run different user, run administrator, open file location. You can play with anything in there. In the above image, the first box here, recently added apps, you can see that it's highlighted by a text saying that recently added. In the above image, the first box is where the recently added apps programs will appear. The second box is where all the installed apps programs will appear. So here we have everything installed. So we don't have this recently added section, but we have all the apps installed. Note in your VM, Google Chrome will not show up as a recently added program anymore. If you have a long list of installed item programs, you can jump to a particular section in the list by clicking on the letter heading to the launch of alphabet grid. See below. Here you can see if you click on any letter, you are brought to this, let's say, table to choose whatever letter or symbol you want. The number 3 section or column, the right side of the start menu is where you find icons for specific apps, programs, or utilities. These icons are known as tiles. Some tiles are added to this section by default. If you right-click any of the tiles, you guess it. A menu will appear to allow you to perform more actions on the selected tile, such as resizing the tile, unpinning from start menu, view its properties, etc. See below. Here you can see again, as we click on these, here we have the same unpin from start, resize, which is new, and then more to see again the same settings that we have from the second column. Apps programs can be added to this start menu section by right-clicking the app program and selecting pin to start, see below. So if you go for pin to start on any application, we can see them added. That was pinned. You can see them added here, right? And you can also drag and drop to mess around with the location, which is cool. The taskbar. Some of the components are enabled and visible by default. The toolbar number 6, for example, was enabled for demonstration purposes. If you're like me and want to disable some of these components, you can right-click on taskbar to bring up a context menu that will allow you to make changes, which is this one. Right-click on an empty space. Any programs or apps, folders, files, etc. that you open start will appear in the taskbar. Yes, here you can see we go for calculator. As you can see, it appeared there. Let's see, let's open the PowerShell. Again, you can see it here. Hovering over the icon will provide a preview thumbnail along with a tooltip. This tooltip is handy if you have any apps programs open, such as Google Chrome, and you wish to find which instance of Google Chrome is the one you need to bring into focus. So for instance, if you have the apps collapsed and you just hover over the applications, you can see a preview. When you close any of these items, they will disappear from the taskbar unless you explicitly pin it up to the taskbar. So I will pin this to taskbar, calculator, but for the administrator, for the PowerShell, which is not pinned to the taskbar, if I close it, it will disappear. Let's now close the calculator, which is pinned to taskbar. It will remain here, so I can access it quickly. I can do this infinite times, and the calculator will still be here until I unpin it from taskbar. The notification area. The notification area, which is typically located at the bottom right of the Windows screen, is where the date and time are displayed. Other icons possibly visible in this area is the volume icon, network wireless icon, to name a few. Icons can be either added or removed from the notification area in taskbar settings. Here we can see, right-click on the empty space, taskbar settings. From there, scroll down to the notification area section to make changes. Toolbar section, and then notification area. Here you can change options. Same two options, we see them over here in the screenshot. Here are Microsoft Brief documents for the start menu and notification area. Tip: you can right-click any folder, file, app, or program or icon to view more information or perform other actions on the clicked item. Answer the questions below. Which section will disable the search box? Okay, let's see. Right-click on the empty space. Search, hidden. Which section will disable the task view button? Again, right-click empty space, show task view button. Besides clock and network, what other icon is visible in the notification area? Action Center. If you right-click on the notification area, you can see Action Center.